Hello, fellow robots out there in internet land. I am Sobertron, and welcome to the next episode of my Let's Play series. So, today, actually, right now, you might be wondering why I'm standing on this really tall pillar of anvils and what we're going to do with it. And what we're going to do with it is take it down, because I have no idea why it's here. Oh, I'm sorry, Golem. That's horrible, but you're serving your purpose. Enjoy life, what little of it you have left. Anyway, so yeah, I was, just finished up the, last bit of the Guardian farm, and I came over to spawn, and I'm kind of sad at the state of it. You got that massive thing in the sky. There are shulker boxes literally everywhere around here. I've got this villager breeder that I'm not using anymore. It was just to power that thing. And the bigger project, which is down underneath here, is actually getting this storage system done. My friends have been asking me when I was going to complete it, and I said when I have time, and that time is now. So, we're cleaning up spawn today, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be doing a couple things here and there. I'll be giving you a couple little progress reports as we go, and then eventually we're going to tackle that storage room down there, and we're also going to add something to it using our excess cactus that's happening down underground over there. But let me take care of a few of these things, starting with that massive pillar over there. And I'll be back with you shortly. Oh, that's an awesome sound. Alright, so first things first, we really don't need these starter pumpkins and melons over here at spawn because Sham has an automatic farm over at his place, so this is just making things look bad over here. That's done. That's easy. Actually, no, get rid of these. Get rid of the seed. That stuff. We don't need these either. Yeah, we don't really need pumpkins and melons here. We have enough over at Sham's place. He's got double chest upon double chest of them, and frankly, not a lot of us use them over here. It was just to get us going, and nobody, everyone's pretty much been neglecting spawn for a little bit, working on our own individual projects, so we are going to take care of this right now. Come on. There we go. Now we're in a groove. The other thing we're going to do is we're actually going to get rid of this wheat farm. The only reason we have it here is to feed our mushrooms. There's quite a bit of wheat in there right now, and we'll find another way to get rid of, or to actually get them what they need. So we're going to get rid of this. I'm going to turn all of this back into some nice green, beautiful green grass. And yeah, I'll be right back. It's probably taken me about less than an hour to get spawned to this current state. I still have the sugarcane farm, and I still have the cow farm, and I left those villagers there because I want to actually transport them to my base to do some stuff with. But I got rid of the villager kind of breeder farmland over there. All that stuff that was over there is now gone. The AFK fish hut that was there is gone, but the chests are still there. I really can't do anything with the chests and the strokers until I get that storage done. But before we do that, I want to get rid of this, but we need sugarcane. We need it for paper for we can make rockets. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna make a small automatic sugarcane farm down here, and it's gonna be right in the storage room. I'm thinking I'm gonna use this wall over here. I need to activate that beacon, and then we're gonna put a little entrance way right here and dig out a bunch, and we're gonna make a sugarcane farm back there. So I will take out my Silk Touch pick, maybe my Fortune pick, probably Silk Touch pick. You can never have too much stone. And we will get that all dug out and ready to go, and I'll be back once I show you what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to lie, guys. This little room with so far only that one module has taken me a lot longer than I thought it would. First, I had to get the spacing right. I wanted to make sure I had enough space to walk in between these modules here, just in case some stuff happened with the minecarts underneath. So spacing was a big issue with me, and then I just kept forgetting things. I forgot observers, because I didn't have any left in there for some reason. I forgot I didn't have any pistons, so I had to go make some of those. Gold. I forgot gold to make the powered rails, so I had to go to the gold farm. It was just back and forth. This little room and this little farm should have not taken me as long as it did. But anyway, let's explain things, how this is all going to work. So right now, it's just a simple observer-powered sugarcane farm. So that single observer will fire all of these pistons. I might change that later on just to see if I can get rates a little bit better. I actually might do it maybe on those two and then compare the results from these two. Good idea. What happens is there's minecarts underneath that dirt, and then it's currently going to end up right here in this hopper. I think it's empty right now. Yep, it hasn't even fired yet. I just finished this. But then what's going to happen is these two lines are going to merge into one into some kind of proper unloader, and then it'll go up a bubble vader, and then we'll just have a couple double chests right in here of storage, and we're going to do the same thing on this opposite side. No reason for anything fancy, because there's nothing to filter. All we're going to get is the lovely, lovely sugarcane to support me and my friends. Until we can make a bigger sugarcane farm. So I need to get going and finish this up because it is getting late by me, and I want to AFK here overnight just to see how things look. Hopefully I can get the room done. If not, I'll do that before I come back anyway. But I will see you guys momentarily. So guys, my AFK session wasn't the greatest. I only got about 11 stacks of sugarcane in about 9 hours, which is horrible. It's horrible. So I've made a few modifications already to our farm. So before we only had the one observer, which meant that when this one went up to 3 high, it triggered all these pistons. I've increased that by quite a bit. I've added 6 more observers on each side, 7 total on each one. So hopefully this will trigger more often and give us more sugarcane. But that's not all. I went ahead and I made a complete second level to this farm. It's not decorated because nobody's ever going to see this, but I figured it needed to get done. So we've got twice as much sugarcane hopefully flowing now than we had before, but we'll see if the results yield that amount of sugarcane. But that's it for now. This sugarcane is only temporary. I plan on making a much bigger farm later on. So we're going to leave it as is for now. And I know, it's very Christmassy themed, some of you are going to say. But green and red just go so good together. I'm sorry. That's just the way colors work. Green, red, they look great. But for our next project, I want to move our mushrooms down here. Ooh, look at that. Wow, that was some good flying right there. I want to get rid of this mushroom farm up here. It's served us well. We have created many steak from this, but it needs to go. So what I'm thinking is, opposite of the sugarcane farm, I am going to move these mushrooms down here. And they're going to be right on this wall here. But I also want to make sure we have a sustainable supply of wheat. So what I'm thinking is kind of a tiered level of wheat, and the mushrooms will be right in the middle, and we can feed them, and they will grow up, and they will make baby mushrooms, and then we can move them for processing. Processing, people. We're not killing them. It's simply processing. But let me get this done. It's a lot of work. I've got many hours ahead of me, probably getting this thing completely right for our needs. And I'll be back with you shortly once I've got some kind of basic farm done for this. But I'll see you in a little bit. So we have a bit of a progress update going on here. This did not take me long at all. It's not decorated or anything yet, but we'll get there. We will get there. So this is what I was talking about, just the little tray design wheat farm. So how I envision this, which I'll get to right after I'm done recording this, is I'm going to have some kind of redstone activation device here. Redstone behind the walls, and it's going to power all of these dispensers that are going to be filled with water. And it's the same on the opposite side over there. So once I activate it, all this wheat will be flushed out, and it will come, that would happen. It'll come right to the middle. We can just run around, pick it all up over here and on both sides. We can shut that off, replant, and then we can use this little setup. We're going to have all of our mushrooms right in here on top of that one dispenser. Flick it on. There's no water in there now, but hopefully you can hear the click. Yeah, just barely. They will start bobbing up and down, and we can feed them, and then the little babies are going to end up going into a water stream, and I'm going to dig out a little room underneath here. We will be able to process them and eat some nom-noms. But I got some work to do. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update on this. But next time when I come back, hopefully this room is all done. So several hours later, it honestly took me about twice as long to decorate this place as it was to actually just kind of get it working. Yeah, so I went with the green concrete again. I like it as a block. It looks really good, especially with the brown. I was going to use brown concrete instead, and I realized I really didn't have any cocoa beans. So we went and chopped some dark oak down. So let me show you guys now this full thing in action. So over here, this lever, once you do it twice, yeah, levers are weird. All the water starts to cascade down, as you can see. We can shut it off now, twice again. And then we can just run along here and pick it all up. Okay? So I would probably plant first, normally. That's a lot of seeds. But let's show you the cows. So cows, lever on. They start to bob up and down like cows love to do. And then we just feed them. And they get heart bubbles. And then they make baby cows. It's great. And then they just shoot on out down here. You can see some of them are probably... Oh, yep, entity cramming. Oh, yep, there they go. So, entity cramming, the cows are pretty much at max capacity inside of here. So, when a baby cow shoots out, it really shoots out. Enough of that. So right now, this is just my makeshift way down there. I haven't figured out a better way yet because I don't want to have to redo it once I do the storage room in there. But what we're going to do is all the cows, they grow up, they're going to be in here, it's going to get crowded, and we're just going to process them. Process. That's all we're doing. We're processing cows. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to store steak here, leather here, and wheat here. I'll probably end up blocking it, or yeah, wheat. Yeah, I don't know why. Hay bales. Hay bales is what I was thinking of. We'll end up putting hay bales there. And we occasionally get some uncooked raw beef, and that's why I got the smoker down here filled with some kelp blocks, which actually got me thinking. As soon as I realized, oh, I need fuel, I went to check the Kelp Farm, which is right here. It's in the same location. And I was thinking, man, I really hope those flying machines didn't stop, because we've been here for a little while, and that would have been like a waste of resources, you know? It would have just been like, oh. And so I came over here, and I saw that that minecart up there was just going in a loop. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. And that makes me think, oh, there's no fuel in there. Okay, well, let me go check and see how much kelp we have over here. And it's full. We're actually probably just losing kelp right now because it has nowhere to go. So, before I get started on my next project, I'm going to do a lot of kelp blocking, officating something, I don't know. And it'll help because we'll end up filling up our furnace array a bit more. But I'm going to kelp up some stuff, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you what we're going to do next. So we finished crafting up all the kelp into kelp blocks. We drained the storage system over there and there. It's going to run for a little bit because we have such a backlog, because it's been running the entire time I've been working on my other projects in here. I was able to get a bit more of kelp blocks into the system for our furnace array over here. You can see there are some furnaces smelting up some cactus right now, which is good. This room is becoming more and more functional, which is what I want to do. What I want to work on next, though, is this cactus. Right now, the cactus is coming through. We're producing more than we can use right now, and it's just burning. And that is valuable, valuable bone meal right there. So I want to reroute that cactus stream up above into some composters. The problem I have, though, is the storage system isn't done. And what I mean is, like this slice right here, it's going to go, you know, there's going to be a water stream behind it taking items, and then it's going to connect up over here. And somewhere at this point, there will be a water stream, right? And I want to put the bone meal kind of dispensary here. And I don't want to have to move it later on because of this water stream. So I'm gonna do the storage system. We're gonna finish this up. We're gonna connect all of these little modules up, and we're also going to put a shulker loader system over here. And what I plan on sorting via shulker is common items, very, very common items that me and my friends tend to use, which stone is one of them. Probably sand, gravel, maybe andesite, because we all love andesite. Maybe a few more things, not sure yet. Nether rack, probably, because you can always use those, because we're not the biggest fans of scaffolding over there. Just lots and lots of shulker storage over here. On this side, we're going to do a tango sorter for those less used items. We might not get to that today, because this is going to take me a hot minute. But if not, what we're going to do is just kind of some dump chests that the items can kind of leave the system and just kind of end up in chests. But this is gonna take me a while. I'm gonna hopefully come back once it's completely finished, because there's, you guys have seen this before. There's no reason to show you an impulse sorter. It's easy. Just watch his video. Don't watch mine. But keep watching mine. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'll be back shortly once all this is done, and show you the kind of the item flow results of this. So we are back, and we have a lot of work done. It took me a very, very long time to get all this going. Just repetitive stuff over and over again. I kept running out of iron, actually, which is nice that the iron farm's right above us. But let me show you the stuff and things. All the stuff and things. So let's start here. So what... I think I've said this already, but I'm going to say it again. We are trying to only store kind of non-crafted items, with some exceptions. Like, we're going to store planks, because there's going to be a bunch entering the system. But for the most part, we're storing blocks. We're not going to store, like, stairs and slabs and things. It's mostly... This storage is mostly designed for everybody on the server to come use, and we can store the base blocks, not the craziness, with exception. We will be building a Tango sorter. I haven't done it, I haven't started it yet, but it's going to go over here somewhere. I don't think it's actually going to be that big. I think we're going to get rid of these ones and only use these two kind of columns over here. For stuff like that. Stuff that people might accidentally put into the input chest, and then just so it has a place to go. That way it doesn't end up in the output dump chests over here. So what we have going on is 6 shulker loaders, and these are kind of the most common items that me and my friends are going to be using. So it's already working. It's working really well. This stone is what I'm testing right now, and the first full stone shulker just popped off, and it's loading the second one up right now. But stone, cobble, gravel, sand, dirt, and netherrack. These things are just the stuff that we always need in bulk. I am going to add in a little shulker kind of dispenser here. That way, if you just need a few, you can grab from that shulker right there. Or if you need a full shulker, you can hit a button and it pops off, and you just on your way, and it dispenses a new one. It's going to be nice. What we have back here is actually kind of a limiter on the dropper that's down there. So what worries us is too many items entering this water stream at any given time. If you had a whole stack of stone go up at the same time, not all of it's going to end up in the hopper up there. So I think it only does 4 items at a time. Those 4 items can clump. It goes up into the sorter, and it just helps things. I did not do this. Nexus did this a season ago when we were playing on Tango's Patreon server. So I just went over to that world and copied this little thing, and it works wonders. But I still have a lot of work ahead of me. This Tango sorter ain't gonna build itself. That's all gonna be me. I've done all the impulse sorters over here, but I actually haven't built any of the filters up right now. They're empty. So I gotta do all that. That's gonna be a very tedious task, and we haven't even fully decided what else is gonna go in here. We still have quite a few empty slices here that we need to figure out what we're gonna do with them. For the most part, it's all done. But I'll be back shortly once all of this is done, and then we are going to move on to the final project of the day, and that is dealing with that excess cactus, because right now it's just being wasted, and we are going to turn that into bone meal. But I'll be back once all this room mechanics is done. It's not going to get decorated, guys. I'm sorry. That's not happening today. But I'll be back shortly once the actual storage and sorters and all the fun shenanigans are done. More progress, guys. A little bit more progress. I have built this modified Tango sorter over here. I think the guy's name is Powersource Rex, who actually went in and modified Tango's design. The original design actually had 3 blocks in between here, but his actually just broke it down into 2 and improved the item elevator, I think, a little bit. I have cleared out a lot of the chests that were up here. There used to be a bunch right behind here that are now all gone. Whoop, almost died. I got rid of the little Kelp Farm contraption from earlier, and I ran a bunch of items through the sorter. So everything else is currently right here, waiting to go into the Tango sorter. But I haven't filled it up yet. I've only put in placeholder blocks for the most part. I'm just trying to figure out what to put in here. I'm probably going to ask my friends on the server what they think should go in all these chests. I've got a basic outline for some of these things, which I need to dye those white because it's hard to read. And then we need to do the output still. But I've had enough of this sorting system. The main thing I wanted to do today was reroute all the cactus that is currently burning down here from our cactus farm down below. So currently, there's a lava block there, and we are going to reroute it up there. We are going to turn all this burning cactus into bone meal using a little composter design. And ultimately, you're not going to see any of it. It's all going to be hidden behind walls and all that fun stuff. And what we're going to have right here is like a shulker unloader slash loader. What's going to end up happening is all that bone meal is going to end up in a shulker right here. You can take it all out. That should auto get rid of that shulker and plane a new one there. And then we're going to have another shulker here that's empty. And then once this one gets filled with bone blocks, it'll do the same thing. It'll just whoop, disappear. I'll probably do a little chest down here just to store them all, just for convenience sake. I'm very limited on space back here, and I don't want this thing to stick out too far, because I am going to have to decorate the inside of this room eventually. So I actually might go behind those walls on either side to do this, these little composter arrays. Let's call it that. That sounds good. Composter arrays. So I've got to reroute some stuff. I probably have to dig into that wall a little bit on each side. It shouldn't take too long, though. It's a fairly basic design. This thing right here, though, it's really cool. I might need to call Nexus over, because he was the one who built it originally, and when it comes to redstone, I'm all thumbs. I'm okay. But Nexus is the master on the server for us. But I'll be back once all this is done. I'll find a way to get over there to show you what's going on. But like I said, ultimately, we're not going to see any of these composters. But I will be back shortly. I finally finished up the last project down here for the day, and by day I mean days, because it's taken us a little while. Started with the sugarcane, moved the cows, finished this ridiculous sorting system, and I say finish in air quotes because that guy over there, he ain't done yet. But I did finish up our little bone meal farm with this automatic crafting station, so let's take a look back here. I'll close that off in a little bit. I probably went a little bit overboard on all of these composters, because I'm pretty sure only the first two, maybe the third, is being used. Cactus just never is getting down at this end. But what's happening? Bubble Vader from the cactus farm, or actually from the furnaces underneath us. Excess cactus comes up here, gets turned into bone meal, ends up in that dropper right there. That thing fires using its redstone magic. And then it all ends up in this water stream. And then there is a corresponding one on the opposite side. That one actually took a little bit longer because somebody used the furnaces earlier, so it had to refill. But then what's happening up here is there's a shulker loader right here. And once that's full, it'll break off and it'll end up in this double chest, eventually down into this dispenser down here. And then we have another kind of area back behind here where we have empty shulkers. So the way this works is you get a full shulker of bone meal. You can pull it all out, so you want to make sure you have 27 inventory slots full at a time, because it will break it very quickly. And it dispenses a new one, and then all you need to do is craft up these bone blocks and then place them inside this empty shulker. And then eventually, once this thing gets filled up, same thing happens, kind of in reverse. That detects an empty, that detects a full, and then once that one's full, it just spits it right down in here, which is fantastic. I don't know what we're going to do with all this bone meal. Maybe a tree farm in the future? Hint, hint. But that's all I have, guys. I'm spent on this project. It's hitboxes. Off. There we go. It's been a very long few days. I did enjoy doing all of this. It's been a while since I built something sorting system on this scale, so I really enjoyed doing it. I hope you guys liked it as much as I liked recording it. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below, guys, and make sure you check out my Techtopia series. I've taken a little break from it, but I do intend on restarting that series back up, maybe with a new village. We'll see in the future. But you guys have a good one.